Hi you guys, good morning. It is 8:47. I am ready. All of the kids are ready. They're eating breakfast right now. They've been playing all morning. Today was the first day that I started to get up, and I didn't do my hair today. I did do my makeup, which is totally fine. I'm good with that because I can throw my hair in a braid or whatever I need to do. I feel so good. The house is clean. Dishwasher is running. We're just gonna have a great day, huh? I'm glad that I decided to actually get up today and get ready. Normally I'll just wait until the girls wake me up and then I will get ready after that, or you know how it is. If you have kids, you know how it is. It's hard work, but it feels good when you're done with it to be ready for the day. This morning when we came downstairs, I was starting to do the dishes and they just came up with this game on their own. I've never seen them play it before. Ella asked Avi if she wanted to do yoga, and Avi was like, yeah. She's like, well, lay down your blanket like it's a mat. So they took their special blankets that they sleep with every single night, they laid it down on the rug, and they started to do yoga, which was actually so freaking good. They were teaching each other how to do things, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen and so freaking cute. I was sending Ben and my mom like pictures and videos of them doing it because it was so freaking adorable. They took turns like teaching each other different moves and poses and all that stuff. So then I was like, okay, let's eat some breakfast so that we can get our day started, because I want to do school with Ella early today. She has speech therapy today, so I want to do school early and get that over with so that she can take a nap before soccer. So I have been organizing the office for a few days now because I have so much stuff. I ordered like a Pottery Barn organization system, but I ordered it in July. It said it was going to be here in August. It got delayed until September, and then I just went on there yesterday to check and see like the status of everything. It says it got moved to November now. So I think I'm going to cancel that order and get something else because I need some storage system like right now, because this is going to be our office and playroom and it is just constantly trashed. Like I need space to put the school stuff, work stuff, like we just need it so badly. I'm going to continue cleaning today and just like keep organizing it and trying to keep it as clean as I can until we get something. But I have a lot of people that ask what I'm doing for school with Ella, like what I'm currently using, and so I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through what I'm doing with her, which I kind of talked about briefly a few videos ago. There's a few other things. I have a little planner right here. I got this a while ago. I've had it for a while, and I'm pretty sure that it was from Target, but I just kind of write what she does on a daily basis in there. And then this book I got in the mail, which we will be starting today. It's just how to teach your child to read, and this is the book that my mom suggested. My mom successfully homeschooled 4 children, and so she recommended this book to start teaching Ella how to read. And then I just have a bunch of different like cubbies and bins and stuff that we work through. 4 years old is, I feel like, a great age to start, and not only am I like teaching her some fundamental things, but we're spending a lot of time cooking and cleaning and doing arts and crafts and beading necklaces and all of that other stuff. Like it's really important to do that as well. So I have this little box right here, and it has all of her like little beads in it so she can make necklaces and bracelets. This bin right here that has paints and like paint marker things and her little paint trays and brushes. And then this one I got off of Amazon. This is magnetic letters, so it's just another way to incorporate letters whenever you are learning them. You can use them to put them on the fridge, you can hide them around the house and have her find them, you can use them to like match up letters. So I really like using this. Honestly, I've done some campaigns with educational toy companies. Learning Resources and Smarter Kids are toys that I genuinely used for Ella's school. This is from Learning Resources, and it is these little counting blocks, math blocks, whatever, and they come with these cards with the different activities that you can do. That's super fun. I feel like at Ella's age it's really good to do learning through play, and that's why I love their stuff. They have markers and like colored pencils. This one is an alphabet game. I did take off some of the magnets that were in that other box, and I took them off, like every letter of the alphabet I put in here. So we have this. We also have our numbers 1 through 10 in here with little flashcards and little people. Again, these are from Learning Resources. If My code is still active. I will put my code in the description. I don't think I get anything from it. I think it's just like a code to get money off for you guys. I'll show you guys. This is from like a craft box that I got that I just kind of organized their beads, more different kind of beads, popsicle stick, little cotton balls, big ones and small ones. And then these are like, I don't even know what this is, like confetti things you can put on a string, eyeballs. And then in here there is so much craft supply, which we love to do crafts. So all of this stuff I would put into a storage system that goes right here. I just haven't gotten it yet, so it's kind of messy. But I worked on this all yesterday and it was time consuming to separate out all of this stuff, but well worth it, as you can see. So right now the office isn't really a great space to do school. So right now I've either been doing it out at the kitchen table, or most of the time I will go outside onto our patio furniture and do it out there, which has been so refreshing. I love doing it out there. It's so much more fun and peaceful and like a breath of fresh air. It doesn't feel like you're inside and confined and doing school. It doesn't feel like school. It feels amazing to be out there. So anyway, I'm going to clean more stuff up. Again, it just gets so messy and I need organization in here so badly, but it'll come one day. Well, this is as organized as it's gonna get for right now, and I'm putting this back because Ella and I just finished our first lesson in this. So you guys, I'm going to share a little bit of a story that I wasn't going to share, but I just need to like get it off of my chest, and I'm like pretty upset about it, and I don't know if I'm like wrong for being upset or not. But basically, Ella had speech therapy today, and if you guys don't know Ella's in speech therapy, I haven't really talked about it, I haven't really brought it up. She has been going for about a month now, and today she had a new therapist because her old therapist, I'm pretty sure, moved to a different clinic, and so she had a new therapist today. It didn't really go how I wanted it to go, unfortunately. I kind of had a negative experience. I feel like it affected me more negatively after I left, because I started to think about what actually happened instead of in the moment processing what was happening. Basically, we went in for speech therapy today. It was just me and Ella, and when I walked into the room, the new therapist came out and she went up to Ella and she was like, "Hi, I'm your new therapist. Nice to meet you." And she goes, "We're gonna go back and do speech therapy. Do you want mom to come with you, or do you want to do it by yourself?" Something like that. And at the time I was like, I didn't really think anything of it, but afterward I was like, why would she ask that question? Because Ella is 4 years old. We're in a relatively new clinic. Like, she just started speech therapy about a month ago. This is a new therapist that we have never met before. And she's asking my 4-year-old daughter if she wants to go by herself into a room without me, or if she wants me to come. Thankfully, Ella on her own was like, "Oh, I want my mom to come with me." But I feel like that is an inappropriate question to ask a 4-year-old. Like, there is no way that I would let my 4-year-old go back into a room by herself with a brand new therapist that we've never met before, into a new, relatively new clinic that we've only been to a few times. I've never met this lady. I would never let her take my child back by herself for 30 minutes. Like, I feel like that's just an inappropriate question to ask a 4-year-old. I mean, now if you're bringing a 16, 17-year-old child in for speech therapy, I feel like that would be a more appropriate time to ask if the kid would want to go back by themselves without their parent. But a 4-year-old child, I think that that is an inappropriate thing to ask, and puts the parent in an uncomfortable situation if their child says no. I don't know, just me. That was the first thing that I was like, okay. And I didn't really think about that until I got in the car, and I was like, why in the world would she say that? Like, why would she ask that question? There's no way that I would let my 4-year-old, and I'm sure all of you moms out there, would never let a 4-year-old child go back into a room for 30 minutes with someone that you've never met before. Like, even if they are a licensed therapist, people are crazy. I don't know. Anyway, so we went back, and again, she's been going to speech therapy for about a month. So she has improved some. Like, her words that she's working on have improved. The conversations on a daily basis really have not improved, but I've heard that the conversation part of speech therapy is the hardest part to get down. We're sitting there, and again, this is the first time we're with this therapist. She doesn't know Ella, she doesn't know me, she doesn't know where Ella's at. She only got like a write-up review of kind of where we were at, if that makes sense. So she was evaluating Ella again, was like, I don't really see any problems with her Z's. And I was like, well, she knows that when she's here, like, she's working on it and she does her best to perform well while she's here, yet she still does have struggles with them throughout the day. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she started pulling out some 3-piece puzzles, and each puzzle piece had a letter on it, like tub or bus. Ella is working on her S's and her Z's is the main focus right now. That's what we're working on, and that's what we have worked on primarily, because she has no problems with any other words. I forget what the therapist asked her, but she asked me, after asking her some question, is she in preschool? And I was like, no, she's not in preschool. I'm homeschooling her. I just started last week. She's like, oh, okay. And then she started to ask Ella what letters were on this puzzle, which is no problem. Like, especially the word, we're gonna use the word tub, for example. That's what we're gonna use. It was a puzzle piece, 3 different pieces that made a tub all together, and then each puzzle piece had a T, a U, and a B, and all together it made tub. None of the puzzles had the letter S in it except for bus. That was the only one, and everything else had different letters. So she's doing this puzzle, and after I told her I was homeschooling her, she went to this puzzle piece, we're just gonna say tub, and she said, do you know what letter that is? The first one, which was a T, and Ella's like, no, like, we're working on it. We've worked on A through D right now. We're going through the alphabet. Like, T is a little bit down there. She's like, do you know what letter that is? And she's like, no. She's like, you should give it a try. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, this is a T. It makes a T sound. And then she goes, do you know what that letter is? And then points at a U. And I was like, no. And she goes, that's a U. It makes a sound. And then she goes to the B, proceeds to do the same thing, and then said, T, B. Can you say that with me? T, B. And then she goes, what does that say all together? Put it all together like a sandwich, and what does that say? And I was like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't know what you're saying. And this lady was like, tub. It says tub. And like teaching her this stuff, which has absolutely nothing to do with what we have worked on in the past. I'm only going off my experience with this other therapist that strictly worked on S sounds with her. I am like 98% sure that this had literally nothing to do with what we were working on. And so I was a little bit confused at first. I was like, why is she teaching? I literally was this close to like recording on my phone so I could show Ben when I got home, because I was that sketched out by what was happening. So I was like, why is she working on these words? It was several words, not just tub. Yes.
Can I play this?
Yeah, you can play with that. So she proceeds to do that several times, like during our therapy session. Keep in mind, I'm paying out of pocket for these therapy sessions. So I'm paying for this lesson full price, like no insurance is covering it, and she spends a lot of the time working on these other words. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why is she doing this? They were working on some S and Z words, but in between they would do this and they would work on that, and then she'd look back at me and then she'd be like, these are really good for you to use if you want to. Like, these are really great. They're just really simple words that you can work on at home. I'm like, okay. And again, at first I was just taking her advice and thinking that it was really innocent. Oh, put the cap back on, honey. You need to put the cap back on if you want to set it on the carpet. And then she proceeds to kind of tell me how to educate Ella. She was telling me how we can do our alphabet, and in the school system they start out with learning the alphabet, and then they go through. In preschool they usually do the alphabet first, and then they will take each letter individually and learn them. Then they will learn the sounds that correlate to those letters, and then they will put letters together to form words and then into sentences. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, because I feel like the way I'm describing it right now, it seems really innocent, and it definitely wasn't. It was extremely passive aggressive, and the way that she was speaking to me was extremely, like, she was talking down to me and being really passive aggressive by working with Ella on these words that had nothing to do with why she was there. And I'm just sitting back there listening, like, why are you using my child to kind of like get at me right now, if that makes sense? I started to feel really like heavy-hearted. I don't even know how to describe the way that I was feeling. I felt like I just wanted to get out of there. I didn't want her to be around Ella anymore because of the way that she was teaching. She was not as fluffy and nice and like kid-friendly as our first therapist was. She was a lot more rigid. It seemed like she would be pretty strict, and I don't know how to describe the way that the way that this experience happened. It just wasn't, it was extremely passive aggressive and made me feel really, really crappy about what I'm doing with Ella, which I know I should not feel that way, even though I am new to this. She judged me on the fact that I was homeschooling her and intentionally was like starting to teach her words because she thought that I wasn't adequately doing that, without knowing me and my background or knowing Ella and her background. Like, she never asked me, oh, were you homeschooled too? Or like, oh, why are you choosing to do that? Yeah, like, never asked me any of those questions. Just kind of automatically assumed that I was not well equipped to do what I said I was doing, because everything changed once I said I was homeschooling her. I think I'm going to call the speech therapist and move therapists because of that experience, and because I don't want to deal with that and I don't want to go back. Like I said, I do pay out of pocket, so I'm definitely not going back and paying for something that is not what we're paying for. Yeah, but I called my mom afterward. I called my mom afterward because she was a great homeschool mom, and she is a great resource to me and has helped me learn what to teach her and what she needs to know at this age and all of that stuff. Like, she homeschooled 4 children and was a great teacher. So I called her afterward just to get some reassurance because I felt really discouraged with it. So anyway, I'm just venting at this point, and it's over, and we definitely will not be going back. But yeah, now that I got that off my chest, I've actually felt better about it because it happened earlier today, like hours and hours ago, and I feel better about it now. But it's just, the whole situation was really sucky. Okay, we're officially leaving in 2 minutes for Ella's very first soccer practice. Yes, we are being extra, and my parents are coming to watch her play because it's just a big deal, okay? Here's the ham. There's the ham. We had to wake her up, so she's all sleepy. She has like a little handprint on her cheek. Hey, you ready to go? Hey. Okay, Evie is getting in the car. She's bringing an extra soccer ball.
Yep, I'm bringing her a soccer ball.
We have water, we have snacks, we have diapers. How you feeling, Ellie?
Good.
You're feeling good? Excited? Yeah? Oh,
Me too.
Evie's excited too. Yep. Something funny is her coach unfortunately won't be at their first game, which is coming up in a few days.
I forgot my cleats.
Oh, you have your cleats on. Her coach unfortunately won't be at her first game. When he sent out that first email, like initial email to like welcome everyone, he asked if there was potentially a parent that could step in and coach the game coming up. And I offered Ben, which you said that you would be willing to do it. He is asking if Ben can coach coming up at her first game. So tonight you're gonna meet the girls too, her whole team, and her coach is gonna walk Ben through like how to do it and stuff. So it's an exciting night. Yes.
I want my soccer ball.
It's all the way over there, honey. You can get it when we get out at the park, okay?
Okay.
Ella, how was your first soccer practice?
Good.
That
Say
is.
that again.
Ella, go say that again.
Good.
That's my kid.
Get you, yep.
Don't get that.
Okay guys, I'm editing this video. I'm gonna put in some clips of Ella at soccer. She did so good. It was the cutest thing I've actually ever seen. We were all laughing and having so much fun and just enjoying watching her play. It was so fun. And then after her soccer practice, she was like all cute and sweaty and like had a red face. It was so sweet. She had a ton of fun and loved it. And then afterward we went to Red Robin with my family and just kind of celebrated with her, and she knocked out when she got home. So that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all the social media down below, and we'll see you in our next video.